Greetings, visionaries. This is your host, the INFJ Visionary. Ooh, don't exactly have a topic, but I'm sure something will gel, something will come together. I did have a great comment on one of our videos, Choose Human, and we might just talk a little bit more about some of the things we covered there, and so, well, we might touch on some of the things in that comment. It's a little specific for where we go on this channel. We tend to be more philosophical around here, but okay, state of the world, not good. Oh, and that was the other thing. I forget his name. INFJ Circle, maybe. The guy with the mustache. Yeah, he's okay. I've seen a few of his videos. And that last one of his was interesting, and he was basically saying that we all feel something coming. Now, is that a financial crash? Is it the cultural crash? The cultural crash has already happened. If you hadn't guessed, everyone's been sort of walled off in their own little garden, and that's going to become increasingly the case. Especially if you aren't following things like the AI and the AI video. The ability of the AI to create imagery now is just off the chart, photorealistic. Not all of it's 100% convincing, but if you consider where it was just 2 years ago, it's insanely good, and it's going to get better. And then you can generate videos from those very same still images that are also very good and just getting better. And it's not hard to forecast a time when most of the content that's created will just be your AI making stuff for you on the fly. And to be perfectly well, I'm always honest with you, so we don't have to say that. Um, I don't watch a lot of movies or TV shows anymore. I'm not opposed to it completely. It's just that I have tried to watch a few movies not that long ago, and I just found myself losing interest. Like, I don't care about these people. I don't care about any of this. It all seems very contrived. And that's an interesting situation. That could just be a byproduct of being an old dragon. But either way, all the stories have been told. So, once your personal AI knows the kind of stuff you like, it'll just generate it. Say you were a big fan of the original Star Trek. Well, one thing I thought is that animated Star Trek series. Most of you are probably too young to know about it, but it came out in the '70s, and I rather enjoyed it. Actually, I really enjoyed a lot of the music that was on it. I'm quite keen on some of those synth sounds, and yeah, you could turn all that into actual classic episodes, right? Because it had all the original actors in it, most of them, I think. Think about that. It would be endless, all the stuff you can do. But that said, you're going to be viewing this off in your own little garden. We're not going to be on the same page culturally. So let's talk about the. I'm not an economist, I'm not an economy type of dragon here. I just keep my head down and try and mind my own business. But there certainly seems to be a lot of trouble on the horizon, clouds forming. Now that's been a constant for a while, ever since that last crash around 2008 or whatever, the big one, and then of course the COVID one, and then they just throw a bunch of credit at all these issues and put the bill down the road. But I mean, it's a bill for a bunch of made up money. They could probably just make up some more money and pay the bill. I don't know, but either way, I do think it's just getting one thing I have noticed, because I'm, in a sense, fortunate enough to be sort of old now, and I own this temple here on the volcano, and paid off the mortgage a little while back, and so it's a freehold temple. And that's nice. It's all great. But, I really feel for young people. I've mentioned that on this broadcast before. When I was a young dragon, I had a Not a very good paying job, but it was enough for me to afford a studio apartment, on my own. That's not possible anymore, and it's not right. Everyone should be, and I'm not a communist or anything, but I think everyone should have a right to some place to live, that they don't have to worry about being some kind of giant slave to have that security. I mean, we have enough wealth that we should be able to figure this out, right? And obviously, I think with the AI coming in, it's going to exacerbate this, especially as the AI starts training ever better AIs, and its ability to solve problems that are sort of beyond human ken will be a reality, and as is most likely stuff like life extension and things like that. And I don't really mind. I mean, I never thought I'd live forever, and I'm not anxious to die, but you know. As long as it doesn't involve implants, maybe I'd go for the life extension. Don't know, but that's going to be reality, let me tell you. So we can not only have people, um, there's going to have to be some sort of equalization thing that comes on, and this is really a consciousness problem with all of humanity, because we let people that are grasping grubber status seeking types, we let them run the show. And there's really no reason for it, because it occurs to me in the age of blockchain that we could all, I know it means something probably like an internet identity, but trust me, that's going to be happening either way. I'm not looking forward to any of that, but the writing's on the wall. And on the positive side of that equation, if we all had our own place on the blockchain, then we could all pretty much vote for the things we wanted. And you know what? Only the what I think would happen is only the people that were most educated about things would tend to vote. This is another problem. We have this sort of democracy idea, which on the face of it sounds fair, that everyone gets to vote. But, being an INFJ, if we can pull it into something INFJ on this one, other than your NI is telling you what's coming, um, you're probably intelligent. And you probably should be voting. You probably should have an awareness of the pertinent issues, and you should be weighing in. Whether, and I'm not into a right or left dichotomy personally, because life is full of life is a spectrum. How about that? Most things are a spectrum, between the dark and the light, between the right and the wrong, and these other things. Anyway, we'll see if the patient people got this far. So as an INFJ, where does this put you? You will constantly getting triggered with all the waves of emanations hitting your introverted intuition, and as I don't want to say, I think it was the INFJ. No, he calls it, it's to channel the introvert something. You guys know what I'm talking about. He has a nice full actually a mustache and a little beard, and he's from Texas. He's from the South, I think. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of his channel. I'm not going to look it up either, but it's one of the more popular INFJ channels. And yeah, and this video said, what's coming, things are getting worse, all the stuff I said here. Although I got into a few bit more, our channel's a bit more esoteric. We're not, we're designed for we're the cool kid channel. And we already know the INFJs are the cool kids anyway, but this channel is for the coolest of the cool kids. Yeah. So what are you going to do? What can you do? We got like a minute to go. We've talked about that on this broadcast before. I don't necessarily agree with Buddha on everything he said about the existence of the soul and things like that. But one thing he had really, really right is that the more you cling, the more you grasp, the more you suffer. So whatever it is you want, just hold on loosely, but don't let go. Right? So until I come back on another day, keep on keeping on, INFJ. Keep on keeping on.